Hi everyone, it's Donna, and today I'm going to show you how to make an endless crochet yo-yo garland. So I have a few samples to show you here at first. This one is Christmas glitter yarn. It's red, has some sparkle in it. So this would be real pretty on your tree. This is what the little red yo-yo garland looks like. And then I pulled this from my stash. It's a really old yarn. It's variegated though. But this is what it would look like if you used a variegated yarn, which would also be very pretty on your tree. That is that one. And then I have, this is the sweet roll. This color is Cherry Swirl. See how pretty that is? And that would change colors. If you would do garland with this, it would, go from this darker color and then change to these different red colors. And that would be pretty. And that is what I used for this one. This colorway is Blackberry Swirl. And it's shades of purple. And there is little small yo-yos. And then I will show you how to make these bigger yo-yos. And I some of them I put right next to each other. Some of them I spaced out a little bit. And I will show you how to do that. Oh, and this one, there is 245 yards on this roll, and it made about 9 feet of garland. And this is a number 4 weight. But you can use any weight of yarn as long as you match your hook size up to that yarn. Today I'm going to use Sugar and Cream. It's a number 4 weight. It's 100% cotton. This colorway is called Summerfield. Very pretty. There is 674 yards on this cone. Very large cone. Got this at Joann's. I used my 60% off coupon. I think it was, I don't know, around $14, maybe $15 for this large cone. And it's very pretty Christmassy colors. So I'm going to be using that today. I'm going to be using a eye crochet hook. I just wrote it on there because it's hard to see. So you want to start with a slip knot. And then I'm going to chain just 3 to start with, but you can chain however many you want to your beginning chain. But your yo-yo is made on a chain of 7. So I am going to do a chain of 7. So actually I have 10 chains here to begin with. Okay, so in the 4th chain, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, that 4th chain, and I am going to go under 2 of those threads. So I'm going under 2. I'm going to do a double crochet, and then in that same space I'm going to do 6 more double crochets. So a total of 7 double crochets in that same chain or space. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That does not include this beginning of chain. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now there's, it's kind of scrunched up there because we put all these double crochets in that circle, but there's 1, 2, you want to go in that third chain, and you can just kind of lay it flat. It doesn't have to be exact, but I'm going to go in that third chain right there, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. And just flip this over, get this out of your way. And then back on the other side, I'm going to do another 7 double crochets. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, now we're back to our beginning chain. So in the top of that chain 3, I'm going to do a slip stitch. Okay, there's our first little yo-yo. All right, now to put the next yo-yo right next to it, you want to do a chain of 7, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to go under 2 of those threads. And we're going to do 7 double crochets in that chain. Now the reason we go under 2 of those strands is because it makes the hole smaller. I know the hole still looks kind of big, but if you don't go under 2, it will make it even larger. And we don't want that. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then you can see here's your 3 chains, and you're going to go in this one right next to your yo-yo, right here. We're going to do a slip stitch. Okay, now you want to flip this yo-yo. I'm going between my hook and this thread. I'm flipping my yo-yo over. That tail out of the way. So that way your yo-yos lay flat right next to each other. So now we're going to go back in that same hole. And we're going to do 7 double crochets on the opposite side. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so back to our beginning chain. So in the top of that chain, in that chain, top of that chain 3, we're going to do a slip stitch. Okay, so now we have 2 yo-yos done. Okay, now if you want to put a little space between your yo-yos, you can do however many chains you want, 3, 5, 7, however many you want. I'm going to do 3. Okay, then we're going to do our 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we will have 3 chains between this yo-yo. So again, the 1, 2, 3, that 4th chain, go under 2, and we're going to do our 7 double crochets. Now if you feel like your yo-yos are curling up, let me show you here. If you feel like, see how it's kind of curling? You can put more than 7 on each side, more than 7 double crochets. You could do 8 or 9 to make it a little fuller. Or you could go down a hook size. That would make it a little tighter and snugger. But you really don't want them to curl up. So just kind of experiment and see what works best for you. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now we're going to, again, that first little chain is kind of scrunched up right there. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a slip stitch. So I should have 1, 2, 3 chains left, but it doesn't really matter, but that's how many chains. Okay, so now you're going to flip your yo-yos. I'm going between my hook and this yarn, flipping it over, and then on this side, I'm going to put my 7 double crochets. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, back to my beginning chain, and at top of that chain 3, do a slip stitch. Okay, so that just, so now we have a little bit of a chain between our yo-yos. Alright, so let me show you how to do the big yo-yo. So you want to start out with at least 9. So I'm going to put 3 chains again in between my yo-yo, 3, and then I'm going to do 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chains. And again, we're going to start the yo-yo like the small one. So 1, 2, 3, that 4th chain. I'm going to do 7 double crochets. It's getting dark outside. I was hoping to get this done before it got too dark. Oops. Yep. Four. Oops, how many do I have? More than 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Okay, and then make sure your chain's nice and flat. Like that first one again is real small. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to slip stitch there. And again, flip your yo-yos up between your hook and your yarn. Go around to the other side and do your other 7 double crochets. These do really work up pretty quick once you get going on them. So you can have a long length of yo-yo garland in no time. Okay, back to our beginning chain 3. So top of that chain 3, I'm going to do a slip stitch. Okay, so now see it starts out the big one starts out just like the small one. But we're going to make it bigger. I'm going to do a chain 2. That's going to be our single crochet and a chain 1 space. So that lines up the top of that. So in this very next double crochet, I am going to do a single crochet. And I'm going to chain 1, and then that next double crochet, I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 1, and you're just going to do that around. Chain 1, okay, so now we're to our beginning chain. So I am going to, there's kind of a chain that's hiding back behind here. Hopefully you can see that. And then in that next chain right there, I'm going to do a slip stitch. Okay, and then the next right here, that next double crochet, I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 1, and then I'm just going to go back to my chain 1, single crochet around. Back to the beginning where we started this round. Okay, now I'm back to the beginning. Well, it's hard to see because it's like dark green, but there's our chain 1. And, well, actually you started with 2 chains, but I am going to slip stitch in that very first chain. Okay, so that makes our big yo-yo. So you can, you know, kind of switch them up, do small yo-yos and then do some big yo-yos, or if you want to do just all big yo-yos or all small yo-yos, and like I said, you can put them right next to each other. You can put some chains in between them. But that is our endless crochet yo-yo garland. Very fun, quick to make. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again soon. Bye.